Hi, my name's Ben and we're going to go through a few of the questions that you guys asked us about the Rip Curl Search GPS watch. We'll start out with, we've got Al who says, does it eat battery power? How often does it need to be switched off, or is it powered up overnight via mains? Well, the battery life has been really impressive. It's one of the first concerns that we had when we started testing the watch a few weeks ago. They reckon in the manual that you get 6 to 10 months without the GPS. Naturally, you're going to want to use the GPS quite a lot, and it's up to 10 hours with the GPS between charges. It takes about 3 hours to charge it fully, and you charge it using this clip-on cable, just a USB port on the end. So you can use any computer to do that. This is also the cable you use to transfer the data as well. So that all happens once you're transferring, it's charging. In our experience, that seems about accurate. This one in particular hasn't been left charging at all. This one, we've done, I think, 14 sessions with it. A few different people have used it, and the only charging it's had is when we've been plugged it into the computer to update the data. So we've never had to leave it for 3 hours to fully charge it, but obviously you can do that. We have Darren and Luke, who both compare it to Garmin products and G-Shock products. So in the G-Shock range, I have owned a G-Shock Tide watch myself, so they do offer a Tide option, but they don't have any GPS tracking functionality. Garmin, naturally, one of the biggest names in GPS kind of devices, and looking through their range, I mean, naturally they have a device which is waterproof. You're going to be paying a little bit more than this for their kind of top-end watches, but doesn't have the functionality that the Rip Curl Search GPS has in regards to surfing. So the main advantage of this watch over anything else on the market is that you get the software. The Rip Curl software is brilliant. You have an app for iPhone. It's on iOS at the moment, iPhone 4S and more recent. You can get it on your iPhone and sync directly with your watch. Otherwise, you're going to be plugging it in using that same cable to your computer, your PC or Mac, and that will update the kind of cloud storage on Rip Curl site, which allows you to view all of your sessions. The search app screen will show you where you've been surfing naturally, and your track of where you've been and your waves. It will give you all of the technical data about your surfing that's really useful, as well as the forecast data from Magicseaweed. It's up in the top right of the screen on the web view when you're looking back at your surf log. Naturally, you get the fastest speed, you get how many waves you've caught, and various other data like that. So Michelle asked about Android support, so will be coming soon, but until then, you can obviously plug it straight into your computer and get all the same functionality. It's just not on the go. Our next question, a point raised by Thomas and Tim and a couple of other people who are concerned about the privacy of your data. Obviously, a lot of people who surf at less well-known spots or secret spots want to keep that private. And Rip Curl have built this in from the start. So as soon as you log into your Rip Curl Search GPS application via their application on your desktop or on the phone, then you'll be presented with some options. And the first one is to make your profile private. So the only people who can see it, if you select that setting, are people that you approve. Or you can have it public. Whether you've got a private or public profile, you can then say whether you want to keep your surfs and the locations private as well. So there is absolutely no concern about other people being able to see your data unless you let them. We've had a couple of questions about the strap on the watch, so including Chris, who says, is the strap going to yellow with sun or seawater? It's a silicone rubber, so it's designed for that not to happen. Naturally, the watch isn't very old yet, so we've been testing it for a few weeks and we've not noticed any degradation at all on it, so no discoloration, nothing like that. They do the black option, which obviously if it's a concern about any sort of discoloration or anything like that, the black option is going to be the one for you. But there, the white one, it looks good. There's no signs that anything's going to go wrong with it. It's feels a lot more durable, a lot more sturdy than a lot of the other kind of more plasticky style of watch straps that you see on some brands. Our next question is from Christoph and Rob. Christoph says, looks great. Does it work with gloves or mitts on? So to test this out, I've got a 5.5mm hooded flash bomb suit and a 7mm flash bomb mitt. And as you can see, it does fit over the top. It's got a silicone strap, so it's really nice and stretchy. It's in the last hole here. I don't have small wrists particularly, and this is obviously as thick as I could find that I would kind of reasonably expect people to wear. 7mm mitts, 5.5mm suit, so obviously give or take a couple of mil, this is going to be what people in the coldest areas of Europe are going to be wearing, and the watch works fine over the top. So all the features are going to work. You can go through the menu. You can press this big button on the side here, the one button on one side, two on the other. It's a bit fiddly to press the smaller buttons. Whilst you're actually during a surf, you don't really need to interact with this, with many of the features. You can see it all on the one screen. It's really intuitive the way they've done it. So switching it off after your surf and things you can do fairly easily, and powering up and setting the GPS to go before you get in the surf is obviously something that you can do once you're suited up, which is useful. Here in the UK, in the southwest, I'll be wearing a 5mm hooded suit, about the thickest, and thickest pair of gloves I've got a 3mm, so it would go over my suit and gloves no problem as well. So that just answers Christoph and Rob. So we've got a few people just asking why you would want to collect this data about your surfs. So for me, the watch is unique. It's the only watch out there that's going to allow you access to that Rip Curl Search app and all the data that provides. It does its job really well. It does everything that any Tide watch does, and it does it better. And it's going to give you the easiest, simplest way to log your surf sessions. And what that does is allows you to plan better, to get a personalized idea of where the best spot for you would be on that particular day. And that's invaluable to me. It's helped me surf better waves than I would have done otherwise, just knowing what I'd done in the past, knowing what tide spots work on better, by knowing exactly which part of the break I'm surfing at a particular tide. Down here in the southwest we have fairly big tides, kind of 6 meters, so this is something that really helps fine-tune my local knowledge of surf spots. And like I said, you can keep it all private. You can use this as a tool for yourself, or you can make it a social thing. You can start competitions with your friends. You can go down that route as well. So there's 2 different sides of the app, and you get to benefit from both. What you do need though is the Rip Curl GPS Search watch, available in white and black. We're going to be getting more stock in very soon. Any other questions or anything like that, send us an email, store@magicseaweed.com, or phone 01548 854 660 and we'll help you out. We've pretty much all used it now, so we've all got a really good idea of how it works. Anything we can help with, give us a shout.